What about the Karl Malone controversy? Do you remember that?
I don't remember. What was it?
Karl Malone hit on his wife.
Oh, he used to beat her.
No, Karl Malone,
What?
he hit, like, like
On
flirted with
his on whose wife?
on Kobe's wife.
No, I didn't. I never heard that.
Okay,
I
so
never heard that.
that's sort of like,
Obviously,
and
I
they
wouldn't
were,
have said that.
and Kobe thought they were best friends. Kobe thought they were best friends.
That's usually when it happens.
And then
What do you
when
mean?
after
That's
after
usually when those things happen.
after it got
It's
exposed,
friends.
Karl Malone was like, "Well, here I am, Kobe. If you got something to say." I mean, he wasn't even repentant, or he wasn't even sorry
Because he
for.
wasn't sorry.
So I'm just like,
I mean,
the
normally when
things.
people have like those indiscretions and affairs, it's usually the closest people in your circle because they know you, your wife. That's why they say you shouldn't always be around, other people.
Well, I tell you what,
Not when you're a couple.
all this I've learned about Kobe since his passing. There's some facts here, right?
Okay.
He didn't invite the guys to. He wasn't a part of the party crowd. He didn't go to the
No,
clubs.
he sure
He
didn't.
didn't
You
go to
never
club.
saw him in
No,
photos.
he didn't
Right.
go to clubs
That's
with
true.
Jordan, Barkley,
Right.
and he wasn't like Tiger.
He didn't hang out.
He wasn't he wasn't indulging in that like Tiger
Right.
was. You know,
That's true.
and
That's true.
also he didn't invite those guys to his wedding either. He didn't invite
Oh,
Shaq.
I didn't know
He didn't
that.
invite those. See what I'm
Why?
saying? See,
Hmm.
Kobe
I didn't
was
realize
that Mamba
that.
mentality was for real. He was focused. He was focused.
There's nothing. Okay, there's nothing wrong with
He
that.
was very focused, and he was all business. You see what
Mm.
I'm saying? He
Right.
was focused and all business.
Business and family. Right.
Yeah, business and family. They
Hmm.
didn't like that. They didn't like that because
He
they were.
wasn't part of the
He wasn't a
clique.
part of the Playboy clique. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't really indulging in the life like that.
No.
He might have got caught out there with that one, and that was a setup.
And he was young.
And he was young. He didn't know the values and the restrictions, and you know what I mean.
Nope.
So, and then Kobe, his riff with Shaq, who was really indulging in that life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And being Shaq's a Mason. He's an open Mason. And he's
Right.
also an Omega.
Right.
Okay? So he is in a lot of
He's in
societies.
right. He has a several
Yeah, he's
several
Shaq's in several societies. Yeah.
organizations. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And Kobe just was not,
He wasn't a part of any of that.
and nor was he controllable or disciplined.
Mm.
Like he
Or
was
the way they
submissive.
wanted. Yeah, the
Submissive.
way they
Discipline is the
wanted
wrong
him to
way.
be.
Yeah. So
That's
and
a good
then
point.
okay, so let's look at the Cosby part. The Cosby part. Ennis was a
Right.
warning.
Right. His son when he
Ennis was
was.
a warning.
Thank you.
Okay. Um, Jordan's pop.
That was a warning.
That
And he complied.
okay. And when we were talking to that mob guy, he said that was a direct hit against Jordan because of his gambling.
Yeah.
And they asked him that they didn't want the NBA did not want to be associated with that, so they
Nope.
asked him to retire. You know what I mean?
But that's what
But
it
I'm
was.
just saying the organized crime fingerprint
It's
is
there.
there. So you can't dismiss it when it comes to Kobe.
So when you enter into these organizations, sports, entertainment, you know, I'm sure you don't. Do you know right away? Do you think they tell you these things? Like, how do you get? I don't know. Initiated, I guess. I mean, because it's going to come out eventually.
Hmm.
What you can do, can't do, what you could do to get here, there, everywhere, or you know what I mean, at certain levels.
That's funny because it's like
It has to be. It's like club,
when you
you
think
know?
about how Kobe arrived on the scene, he invited himself to the party.
Yeah.
He invited
He came
himself.
right out of high
He
school,
came right
right?
out of high
Yeah,
school, and
yeah.
who knows if Gigi wouldn't have went straight
Oh, she
to the
looked
WNBA.
like she
I
was.
mean, she
I
was
mean,
eyeing
why was she?
colleges, but she
But just to play,
they would need
probably.
they needed that type of
Yeah,
attention too.
yeah, yeah.
If she really turned out good
I know.
and
She
like
looked
her
good.
father,
She
I
looked.
mean WNBA. How many people can name a current star right now?
Not me. Not now. Not like Leslie. What was her name?
Yeah, Lisa
Back in the
Leslie.
yeah, Lisa Leslie. Back in the day. I don't even pay attention.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
they have been struggling for years to really be taken seriously. If she would have came out like that,
Oh, that would
like
have,
Kobe,
yeah,
that
it
would
would
have
have been
just
control.
that would have elevate their brand so
Yeah,
much.
it would have. Mamba.
Yeah, but who's to say if they wanted him to partake in that in
Or
that?
take it away from where the control is, because
Yeah,
they would have moved. There would
yeah,
have been a shift,
yeah. I
and
mean,
they saw
because
that shift.
it's everything is about money and power. So
Oh
it's like
goodness.
who they want to have the money and who they
You
want to have
know,
the power.
it makes you wonder, do you want to be involved in that, in your life? Do you want your life to be, do you want money that bad that you would want to be involved in it? I don't know.
Some people
Some people
do.
do. I know.
Some people
And
do.
it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot to give up. It's a lot of yourself. It really is.
Well,
But,
the way that he did it, he has no regrets. And I was watching one of his. I can't remember the interviewer. It's the same interviewer who was with
what?
the mob boss Michael Francis.
Okay.
The same interview. He was interviewing Kobe, and Kobe was like, "I just accomplished these last 20 years, and the next 20 years are going to be even greater."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when you look at how much he was worth and the businesses he established, you know,
Yeah.
how much further did they want him to have that percentage of wealth? Because when you look at what Snoop Dogg said, and then our own people come after him.
Yeah.
First of all, our people came after Cole. I'm gonna say Gail. Gail's part of our people.
Yeah,
she's a
she
okay.
is.
She came
Yeah.
after. She decided to bring that up.
Mm-hmm. People came
Not
at
even
her.
not even buried yet.
Nope.
Not even buried yet.
Nope.
Okay, the wife's still mourning,
Disrespectful.
and I'm like,
They're not worrying about the wife.
but I'm like, here is her blind side.
Mm-hmm.
She's never been married, and she doesn't have
Oh, she
children.
doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Same
doesn't.
thing with Oprah.
She doesn't. They don't.
They don't
Unless you're
understand the
living it,
loss. Yep.
unless you're living it and have that love. That love is different than any other type of love. So if they've never experienced it, they don't understand how it hurt.
Yeah, you
I
don't know
didn't
to
think
be
about that.
sensitive towards that.
I didn't think about
It's
that.
like that's a lot of women don't consider themselves women until they have those things.
Yeah.
You're just a female for some
Yeah.
women, but the level Gail and Oprah had a great level of success, but that's career success.
Yeah.
Kobe
Exactly.
balanced the family success
And
and the
career
career
and
success
business.
and
Ooh,
business,
all of it. All of it.
all on his own. He didn't need Oprah to help him get on his platform.
No.
Okay, he got there himself.
His own talent, his own
Exactly, and that's some
mind.
of the
Yeah.
battles and wars. Like he won some battles, but he lost the war ultimately because he's not living, and somebody was not pleased. You can look through his whole history. There's a lot of people who are not pleased with him, but he was so successful that you have to just accept it.
Why though that it has? Why does it have to come to the person not having to be here? I mean, it's just, why is it so important to people to control other people and control their destiny? Like it's beyond belief to me.
Come
It's
on
just,
now,
no, I don't.
come on now.
We're
Like,
not here long enough on this planet to say I want riches, fame, power that bad. You're not here long enough for that. Why don't you put that energy into something else? Like, I don't understand that. I don't. I will never understand it. Because I don't think that way. So I will never understand it. So
money, power, respect.
that you will never take with you. So that's my thing.
But
Instead
while
of
you're
love,
here,
instead of helping people while you're here, and letting people achieve what they can achieve, and be everything that they were born to be. Let people live their lives, and then you take what you have and just help. Like,
well, I'll
I
tell you
don't
what.
understand it. I
I
will
was
never understand it.
I always have my curiosities, and I was looking at the map of the world,
Okay.
right? And I was like, I wonder what the map would look like if the sea levels were lower,
Okay, more land, right.
more land.
Mm-hmm.
And when I looked at, I found this video on YouTube, and it showed with the water draining,
Right.
the continents become connected. Okay,
Oh, right,
there's
right, right.
more land to
Land
fight for,
bridges and
more land to
oh, I
fight
know.
for.
Cause so you could you imagine the wars
Exactly.
if more land was exposed?
Okay, so
Oh
it's just
my
like
goodness.
God in His greatness is more wise. He separated the languages to
Mm,
slow us down,
mm-hmm.
and He also separated the land
To
to slow
slow us.
us down. Okay, because if we could get from one place to the other, if we can get from the United States to Australia on land,
Oh man,
you
there'd be all
know,
kinds of fighting.
how much, I mean, it's bad enough that
They want to claim the land. They
yeah,
want to
that's
develop the
we
land. They
got
want to
here,
mine the land. They want to
we got
own the
here,
land.
we got here because the Europeans wanted to claim this land and they used us to establish it.
Yeah,
Okay, so
very well too.
it's always about power, money.
That's so evil.
Okay, so
So
and
evil.
people want to insure it for after they're gone. Okay, and that's what he was doing. He was setting it up for after they're gone. Generational wealth is more important than being rich, like Chris Rock has always said. If
Well, it
Bill
is.
Gates woke up and saw and looked and got Oprah's check, he'd be Oprah's wealthy, but if Bill Gates had her money, he'd be
He'd say,
upset.
"What happened?" Yeah, he'd
Exactly.
say, "What
So
happened to my money?
exactly.
What happened?"
So it's just like, we're just pebbles on the beach. We're just pebbles on the beach when you think about.
Yeah, we are. But my thing is, there has to be the worker bees. It has to be, or this whole thing wouldn't work. This whole machine would fall apart. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought about that just the other day when I was riding. I don't know if I was. Oh, I was coming from the airport, and there were so many cars, and I was like, wow, these people are all rushing to get to work. Like they're all, like they gotta be there. And all they do is make money to pay bills, make money to pay bills. And then they have this thing in the back of their head that if I lose my job, then what? So it's real.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody is on this like wheel. It's like
Everybody's on the
it's like a
grind. Yep,
hamster
everybody's
wheel.
everybody's on the grind.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, really. It's like I have to work to pay my bills to keep it going.
Survival of the fittest.
And
Because
if man,
everybody is on their grind, but not everybody is succeeding.
no, absolutely not. You can see
Okay.
that by looking around. So I don't know. It's the people at the top with that power and the money. I don't understand. I could not walk past people that didn't have food, shelter, clothing. I don't know. I know a lot of people do help, but if everybody that had millions and millions, and I'm not talking about 1 million, 1 million is nothing nowadays, but I'm talking about the people who have like multiple millions of dollars and billions of dollars, if they came together and made people well. There's people without health insurance, there's people without homes, gave them homes. Abandoned buildings everywhere in the city. You can why? I'm trying to figure out why are there abandoned buildings in the city when it only costs maybe $20,000 to $30,000 to rehab
There
homes.
there are answers for that question.
So I
I don't
don't.
have them
It's
now.
so not fair. Yeah, we need to talk about that.
I don't have those answers,
Yeah.
but I know there's a lot of stuff with
They
tax
just
write-offs.
keep it. They
Tax
keep it,
write-offs are part of profits.
which would even assist them even more to give these people homes, families homes, health insurance somehow, clothing, food. So I don't see how anybody in this country with all this wealth could not be without any of those: food, shelter, clothing, and healthcare. Why? I don't know. I will never understand it. It makes me sad sometimes when I think about it because I know people who need these things. And then I see these people spending $1 billion on a film. And then we
Well,
go and sit in the movie theater and watch it.
this is the
It's
great
so,
it's the great United States, and I
I
don't
don't know.
like. I agree that everyone should help each other, but I don't think that it should be through the government helping. You know
Well,
what I mean?
maybe not.
If people were responsible with their wealth and gave back, you know what I
Hmm.
mean, without going through government
Yeah, it
systems and
doesn't
all,
have to
because
be the
those,
government
yeah,
because
you know what I mean,
I'm talking about wealthy
because
people.
yeah, because
Yeah.
but the system is set up for them to get richer, and And now with them wanting to raise the minimum wage
Yeah, see
age,
that.
that's just going to make the gap even larger because it's like you got to raise prices and you got to. Here I am, college graduate, and I don't have a career job, and then somebody who graduates high school making 15-20 dollars an hour from minimum wage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now all of a
So then
sudden
it's
you
just
got
like,
this.
so when
Yeah.
I'm looking for my job, what I'm asking for is has to be substantially more than that.
Yeah. So it's really
You know
not
what I
going to
mean?
change anything
It's
if you
not.
think
It's
about it.
just gonna.
If you think it is, you're fooling yourself. It's not going to change anything.
No,
It's just going to shift
it
it. That's
hasn't.
all.
It hasn't.
That's it.
So
Oh, this is a whole other discussion. We really need to bring in my girlfriend, Dr. Leslie Grace, who lives here in Philadelphia. She's a financial expert, and she teaches um, children at the high schools, even middle schools. I've seen her do elementary too, how to form a business. Like she takes them through the whole process. Um, you know, savings, investing, and things like that. So people who don't have a clue, they can get a clue. And then really see that, you know what, I can do this. I can do this. Because sometimes sitting behind a desk or just getting a job is not going to do it because look at
well, let
everybody.
me tell you something, Rhonda. Do you know there's only 6 black billionaires in the United States?
That's sick. That's sick.
Just six.
Too many people.
Just
That's sick.
six. Now, if you look at like the sports leagues,
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm
It's
not
a
sure
lot.
if every owner in that sport league is a billionaire, but
Right.
you can easily pick 4 or 5 or 6 who are billionaires, and we only have 6 to claim our name. Um,
Yeah.
a few of those is Jay Z's billionaire. Um, what's her name? Oprah's a billionaire, of course. And I posted this list on my Facebook and on my Instagram, and I don't remember what the other names are, but it's only 6.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? That's a good question.
Who was being prevented from like elevating themselves? Because you get shut out from certain deals. You get shut out from certain
Right.
alliances. You're not allowed on certain levels. You know what I mean? You can do it. I mean, I'm surprised Cosby wasn't on that list. I mean, what happened to
I
Cosby?
know.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But the things that Cosby was trying to accomplish at a certain level that he wanted to be at, they was like, you're not invited up here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's knowing that everybody in Hollywood and sports are dirty in a sense of morally dirty. You can't you can bring anybody out. You can bring anybody down if you want
Mhm.
because everybody's indulging in the life.
Yeah.
So there's nobody that's squeaky clean. And
No.
if you are squeaky
I
clean,
mean,
they're
come
gonna
on.
push you. They're gonna push you to be dirty. It's like when you look at all the young stars coming out of Disney and Nickelodeon. It's like how do they reach that level to be taken seriously?
Yeah,
They have what do they
exactly.
have to do? They have to do something
Something.
to bring them. Look at Raven. Raven had to come out.
I know.
You know what I mean? Raven's our darling.
Yeah, I
She had to
know.
come out, and
I
if you
know.
want to still be in this business, there's a part of your soul you gotta sell.
Wow, who decided that that's the way it was going to be? I really want to know.
Oh well,
I mean,
it's like initiation. It's
but
just
these
like
people are talented. They have a gift. They're artists. Who decided that they had to control them that way? It angers me. It really does.
well, the secret
Uh,
societies do that because a lot of people have to show what they're made of. I mean,
yeah.
in fraternities and things like that, and they're trying to outlaw certain
Oh
levels of
yeah, yeah.
levels of
Hazing.
hazing.
Yeah,
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 and you do that. It's supposed to create a brotherhood of trust. But I mean, how far do you go?
yeah. I know.
You know,
Yeah, I know.
in our own
I've
famous
seen it.
movie from Spike Lee,
Oh yeah, school
School Days,
days.
and
Hmm.
then Big Brother might, he
But
tricked.
it was real.
Yeah,
That
those
stuff
kind of
was
things
real.
happen.
I mean, yeah, I've been on a black campus.
And
Okay,
then when you see a movie like
so.
Eyes Wide Shut,
Hmm.
that revealed some of the things that goes on that level of the secret societies,
Hmm.
and then that that director dies before it's even
Oh, I
released.
know.
Stanley
No.
Kubrick, you know, he kind
It
of gave up.
happens.
He
That
gave up
happened
some
a few
secrets.
times.
Gave up some secrets, and all of a sudden he's dead.
I don't want to be involved. Yeah, I don't. But anyway, we've come to the end of our hour.
And it
So
was grand. It was great.
it wasn't. I
And
we
if it
had
was a
to
little
pay.
gloomy to anybody or a little heavy, we had to cover
Oh,
these
yeah,
series.
I
I
was getting
mean,
ready to say
we had to discuss it. We had to cover it.
that was a
You
necessity.
know,
It was an. I mean, listen, Kobe was great. I just my condolences to the family and all the families.
most definitely, much respect.
Yeah, but when we come back again, we'll have I don't know. We need to talk about this financial situation of our people and how we could get to that dream.
Oh yeah,
So
it's only going to
yeah,
come through
let's do
unity.
that. Let's do that.
You know the famous strategy is divide and conquer. So what's the opposite of divide?
Unity.
Yeah, the opposite is what?
UNITY.
And when did it fall apart? It fell apart when they try to consolidate women's liberation with equal opportunity.
That was definitely not the move. You know what? Write that down. We're gonna talk about that
So
because that made things a lot worse economically and other things too, like
when you
relationships.
when you
All
look
it changed so
when you look
much.
at all the cultures,
Oh, it
the
changed so
only
much.
culture where the male isn't in the seat of power is the
Right.
black community.
Mm.
When you look at the Asian community, Hispanics, the whites, the males are they're the focus. Our males are locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Our
Yeah,
males are
I
locked
know what
up.
you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? And our women are being elevated.
It's intentional.
And if the woman is being elevated and she still needs to feel like she needs to be cared for,
That's not going to
and
work.
none of our men
It's
are in the
not going
position
to
to be
work. It's
providers,
not going to
how
work.
can our family stand?
It's listen. It's all dysfunction. It's all dysfunction. So yeah, these are good topics. And if any of you have any input, you need to hit us up. I'm at Rhonda Supreme on all social media, and you should.
I'm at the Prolific Life on Instagram.
Yeah, please just hit us up. We're on Free Agent Radio, so
Yeah.
you know.
And I'm just remaking my website. It's Prolific Enterprises. I'm just going prolific everything now. You know
There
what I
you
mean?
go. Keep it simple.
Because I just want to be prolific.
He is prolific. Remember, we got to say it 3 times. Say
I
it
am
three.
prolific. I
Yes.
shall be prolific, and I will be prolific. Do you understand?
And I am a billionaire. I am a billionaire. I am a billionaire. And I will help others with
And
my
even
wealth.
before you're a billionaire, you are supreme, Rhonda.
Supreme billionaire. No, I do. I have plans. I have visions. I just want to see people um, helped out there. And I'm not saying just give money away and things like that, but actually teach people how to start businesses, how to make their own.
Shout out to Black Wall
Hey,
Street. Shout
okay,
out to
that's right.
Rosewood. Shout out to all those
That's
places
right.
that were sabotaged when our people tried to lift
Yes,
ourselves up
but we cannot give up.
as true Americans, because the entrepreneurial spirit is an American dream. You
Never
know what I
give
mean?
up, Eden.
Okay, so
Never give up, no matter what. And that's hey, one life. We have one life to live. Okay, so we got to do something with it. So we love you out there.
And this was the
Remember,
Supreme Team.
yes, free agent radio, fresh talk. Remember to follow us on all social media. Hey, Free Agent Radio is on 24 hours, 7 days a week too. So hey, you can check us out. Saturdays 6 to 8 p.m.
Shout out to DJ Cam.
Yes, hopefully we'll have him in here one day too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, peace.
All right, we out.